What is happening? Literally just got back from the Greater Idaho Falls Police Foundation luncheon at Melaleuca headquarters, and look at that. So it's already 2, and it's time for Peach's Pit Party. Why am I so out of breath? I literally just got up to change chairs, and I sound like I just ran for like a good mile. What's going on here? Are my lungs okay? Am I this out of shape? I felt bad at the event because I had my little puffer vest because, you have to wear those if you live in Idaho, right? Like you have to have at least one puffer vest. And so I bought mine recently, got it from Kohl's. It got shipped to my place because I had to get a specialty big size. I had to get a 3XLT. I feel like that's still kind of too small. I should have gotten the biggest one possible, the 4XLB or whatever. Give me that size. But anyway, I brought in my heart medication because I'm very paranoid when it comes to heart meds. I'm extremely paranoid when it comes to heart meds. Like, I need to take them at the right time. Otherwise, something bad will happen. So I brought in my midday pill. That's how old I'm getting. I brought in my midday pill, and I brought it in its container in my puffer jacket, and we walk into this room full of police officers. There was at least one canine in there, and I was like, oh boy, this dog is going to bark, paw at me because I have my prescription medicine on me. I'm glad it didn't. But I did feel weird taking out a pill bottle, taking my Metropolol, Anyway, if you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015, and I'll see what crap I can dig up here in just a few on Peach's Pit Party. You know what? As a guy who has a last name that's a fruit, Peach, that's why it's called Peach's Pit Party, I bet I just blew somebody's mind. I bet there's one person tuned in right now that was like, I'm wondering why this guy's name is Peaches. My last name is legitimately Peach. I have to say that from time to time because I do meet people who are avid listeners, by the way, not people who are just new to the area, never heard K-Bear before, anything like that. No, they're avid listeners, and they're like, wait, why do they call you Peaches? It's like, do you not know my last name is Peach? It's not a stage name. I was born with a stage name. But yeah, sometimes I have to explain that. Just because I don't want to walk up to somebody again. Why do they call you that? Oh, I was a stripper at one point. What do you think? No, my last name's Peach, of course. As a person who has a fruit for my last name, I really hate those stupid edible arrangements. The assorted fruit baskets that they sell for a ridiculous amount of money. Obviously, it costs a lot because some person had to sit there and painstakingly put all these fruits on a skewer and then make it all look pretty. I was looking at this Grillo's Pickles edible arrangement that they're dropping for Valentine's Day. If your significant other's obsessed with pickles, you can get them the pickle bouquet instead of roses. You get a DIY kit packed with everything you need to build this thing. They make you do all the work. It's packed with everything you need, it says here, to build a briny little masterpiece. Skewers, floral fillers, tissue paper, a custom pickle vase or vase, even a coupon for a jar of Grillo's pickles. The bouquet is only around for a limited time, and they sell out fast. Wow, bunch of suckers. Head over to Grillos.com. Let's see how much one of these stupid things costs. I want to know. $35. $35 for pickles on a stick with some flowers. Okay, cool. So I noticed this recently, and I wanted to share it with you. If you ever walk into one of those restaurants where you walk up to the counter and order, and they have that chalkboard menu, you better walk out because you're about to fork over a ton more money than you should. I'm looking here at this particular restaurant that has now since closed. It was located in San Francisco, which is already a very, very, very pricey city. It might be the priciest city in America besides, well, maybe New York City, but San Francisco, horrible. There's a whole lot of hills. It's just, you have to take the tram, the trolley, it's just awful. But this place called The Farmer's Wife, and I can already tell as a fatter person who eats a lot, when you have a restaurant named like that, and you try going to it, of course, it's going to be expensive. Like, if you ever go to a restaurant that's like, the one that I went to in Southern California, the only reason why I went to it is because my uncle paid for the entire dinner. It was like Seasons 42 or something like that. The Farmer's Wife sounds expensive. And of course, somebody did post the menu on Reddit, and sure enough, people were just mocking the crap out of this place, so much so that, yeah, they're now closed. A grilled cheese with a side salad costs $22. The priciest item on the menu is steak and egg sandwich with a side salad, $34. Despite the sticker shock, it says here, this seemed to cause the sandwiches were highly acclaimed in 2017. The San Francisco Chronicle even declared her the work sandwich, the owner's the work sandwich with chorizo and heirloom tomatoes, one of the best sandwiches in the world. Now, do people actually follow that type of thing? Do they go to a restaurant and say, hey, you know what? The San Francisco Chronicle named this sandwich the best sandwich that's ever been made. Would you go? Like if you go to a burger place, like I mentioned at the beginning part of this break, if you go to a burger place and they have that stupid chalkboard menu and it says like handcrafted, it has all those buzzwords, get out of there because you're about to pay $30 for a burger with no side. Let's talk about this very uplifting question. What's a truth you learned way too late in life that most people still are not ready to hear? It's a very happy topic here. Just because you deserve something doesn't mean you're going to get it, and vice versa. A lot of people out there who are very skilled at maybe a sport and their dream was to make it to play professionally, and they never have and never will. That's right. They reach the age of 30 and they're like, you know what? Maybe being an accountant isn't so bad after all. Because if you're 30 years old, you are considered ancient in sports, or you're considered older, even though you're just barely starting out at being an adult, right? LeBron being 42 years old, that's an old man right there. 42 when it comes to playing professional sports. What's a truth you learned way too late in life that most people still are not ready to hear? Not everyone will like you, and that's okay. There's plenty of people I've met immediately go, yeah, you know what? They're not my favorite. All right. There's people with annoying voices. There's people who just get in the way. And there's plenty of people who don't like me. There's been plenty of people who see me in person and then they go, look at this tall guy. I wish I had his height. And then they try their best to like just tear me down. It's like, okay, you're 5'7" and you're picking on the tallest dude in the room. Not the smartest decision. People aren't against you so much as they are for themselves. I'm one of those people that thinks everyone is just out to get me. Big time. This is a terrible question to talk about. I mean, there's really nothing else besides political nonsense going on in the news. So I figured bringing up this question could maybe help the show a little bit, but it just brought me down. Let's just play some Poppy teaming up with Amy Lee and Courtney of Spirit Box. Here's End of You on Peach's Pit Party. So it seems order has been restored to the universe as the Spanish figure skater Tomas. I'm again not going to try to say this guy's last name. It's I'll just say Tomas again. He now will be able to use his Minions music mix for one of his routines at the Olympic Games next week after he posted that Universal Pictures, which owns the Minions franchise, denied his request. The company faced an online backlash. Tomas posted on a social media that Universal, let's be honest, their lawyers reversed course and granted him the rights for this one special occasion. It's a huge spotlight on the Minions movie. Why would you deny him that? I mean, come on. It's not like he's pretending it's his. He's just dancing to the music. For all the talk among NFL owners that an 18-game regular season is a foregone conclusion, the players have a very different attitude. The NFLPA interim executive director David White told the Super Bowl media this week that our members have no appetite for a regular season 18th game because of player health and safety concerns that would come with a longer regular season. NFL owners like Robert Kraft have been talking about the 18th game being a no-brainer tied into the league's worldwide expansion. Every team will go 18 in 2 preseason games and eliminate one of the preseason games, and every team every year will play one game overseas. I feel like you have the owners who don't play a lick of football that will go, yeah, sure, why not 18 games? It's more entertainment, more money in our pockets. And then sure enough, the players are like, no, that's our bodies getting sacrificed. I mean, football is one tough sport, way more tough than soccer. All right, that does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. You can always tell it's slower in the news when radio shows start talking about the Super Bowl commercials. I'm looking at a description here of a radio show that I like to go to for prep. Also, I like to look at what they talk about, see if I missed anything that they talked about on their morning show. And I see right here, William Shatner's Super Bowl commercial for Raisin Bran and other edgy commercials. I sincerely hate the fact that they release these Super Bowl commercials now ahead of time. They can't just do the big reveal for the game, during the game. You just get to watch every single commercial right then and there. Keep it a surprise, and that's it. There's no need to release it ahead of time. This is what we're submitting for the Super Bowl like it's a school project. Drives me nuts. Going back to that question yesterday for to each their own, what really grinds my gears. I love these "oh really" news stories that pop up. A stunning revelation that surprised absolutely no one. A new report confirms that New York City's subway bathrooms are substandard, to say the least. The Inspector General took the time to inspect 32 public johns. Imagine that. I just imagine some dude with a magnifying glass staring at a toilet. He only found that basic luxuries like toilet seats, soap, and locks that actually work are mostly missing in the underground. Most of the facilities lacked essentials or were decorated with fresh graffiti and litter. That's what it says here, fresh graffiti and litter. I do love it when I walk into a public restroom. I haven't really seen it here, thankfully, but when I visited back home recently, I did see, I forgot where I was at. I would totally say it on the air, but I went to the restroom, and sure enough, they have people's names or whatever, their calling sign, whatever, carved into the toilet seat. Like, I really want to know when and why exactly they do this type of thing. Like, oh, yeah, let me claim my territory by just carving some stupid lettering into the toilet seat, like stall number 3 really needed that in the men's restroom of a Walmart. Maybe I should have included this in the Shot Clock Sports Update. Weird things are happening in ski jumping ahead of the 2026 Winter Games. There was a bizarre scandal last season at the World Ski Jumping Championships where officials and technicians on one team illegally altered the downstairs area of competition suits to give jumpers a little extra surface area and an aerodynamic edge. That manipulation helped them fly farther, which, let's be honest, is the only time it's really a concern how things are packed down there. The equipment tampering got the staff slapped with lawn bans, and the athletes got shorter suspensions. Olympic and sport governing bodies don't want this kind of creative advantage seeking turning into a recurring thing, so they're tightening the rules. Expect 3D body scanning, tougher inspections, tamper-proof tech in the suits. They're getting microchipped, and even a soccer-style card system for violations. All of this is meant to keep the flying fair and keep officials from obsessing over the most awkward measurements in the sport. And of course, with anything weird, there are even rumors that some athletes have talked about ways to game the measurement process by altering, well, you know, the bits they can't mention on the radio. You know, anti-doping bosses say they'll investigate if any of that ever turns out to be real. The bottom line, ski jumping wants to be about who can fly the farthest, not who can get a technicality to fluff their suit, if you catch my drift. So I came across this thread for what is a subscription or fee that has recently appeared in the U.S. that people need to collectively refuse to pay before it becomes the new normal. Remember hearing that back in 2020? The new norm. The top answer, I wholeheartedly agree, of course. I wish we could just stop the online convenience fee when there is essentially no other way to pay. It's such a hassle to pay via check, like send in your check the old-fashioned way through the mail, watch that get lost. Next thing you know, your utilities are shut off, you know, that whole thing. So much easier. I don't know why Sparklight sends out a letter every single month of, hey, here's your bill. I just pay through the app. It's a flat fee, pay it on the app. But when I pay my rent, when I pay my ridiculous rent amount, they dare ask me, would you like to donate to this? I'm like, please, I am the hungry. Stop it. Why on earth would you ask me that? And then it has the audacity to go, well, since you're paying online, we're going to add $2.49 on top of that. What is that for? I have no idea. I wish I could contact them and be like, why on earth is this here? Why is it $977.49? Why can't it just be $975 flat? Come on. What else is on this thread? Let's talk about this even more so. Subscriptions for hardware features your car already has. BMW tried to charge a subscription for heated seats, and now other companies are watching. BMW is known as one of those brands. I feel like BMW actually is one of those brands where you pretend you're high class, but really it's just kind of garbage. Like it's not necessarily what the rich people drive, you know, kind of like what like Gucci and Prada. Like those brands may seem high end to most people, but to like the elite, to like the ultra elite, they don't wear Gucci stuff. You see Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Mark Cuban. You don't really see them. And even Jay-Z doesn't wear Gucci or Prada stuff. He just has like a standard black shirt on. Every single time I see a picture of Jay-Z, he just has a standard black shirt on. I bought a very expensive standby generator. They want a $75 subscription fee to use the remote features on the app, which would enable me to check on it when I'm out of town. We should not need an expensive subscription to use I had to burp there for a second. To use an item for its intended purpose. I mean, anything above like $20 a month, I just cancel. I don't have any video streaming services. I mooch off of my parents when it comes to those. Shout out to mom and dad. I use Prime Video, or I mostly just watch YouTube. I just recently canceled Xbox Live because that was expensive, and it's not really called Xbox Live anymore. It's like Xbox Game something, Game Ultimate. It's like $100 for the year. That bill was coming up. I'm so glad I canceled that. Just earlier today, it was Jade, our big boss man, Kevin, Josh from Classy 97, and of course, Victor and myself. We went to the Greater Idaho Falls Police Foundation luncheon, recognized those who won awards for their outstanding service and leadership for IFPD, Bonneville County Sheriff's Office, and the Idaho State Police. That all happened earlier today at Melaleuca headquarters. Something else coming up on the calendar here, March 14th, Pi Day, Saturday, March 14th. They're looking for sponsors, participants, and volunteers for the Frosty Footsteps 5K at the Snake River Landing waterfront. It's not just a race. It's a walk in the shoes of our local homeless community, raising awareness, providing real help. I mean, the Frosty Footsteps, you're out there in the cold. At this time of year, it gets very cold, and I keep seeing these things pop up of like a snowstorm is headed our way, knocking on wood. We'll get to see what it's like to be in the shoes of somebody who's out there not with a roof over their head. 100% of proceeds for this support the Idaho Falls Rescue Mission programs and shelters. You can get involved and make an impact, help bring hope to those who need it most by signing up today at walkinthecold.com. That's walkinthecold.com. I love how everyone all over the world hates a rowdy, disrespectful tourist. And authorities in the Japanese city of, oh boy, how do I say this? Fuji Yoshida? Did I mess that one up? Fuji Yoshida? They have declared to cancel a lawn-running spring cherry blossom festival at one of the country's most photographed Mount Fuji viewpoints after residents raised concerns about overcrowding and disruptive tourist behavior. It's no joke, especially in those countries like Japan, China, anywhere in Asia, really. They take being a tourist very seriously. Like if you act up once, boom, you're kicked out. And rightfully so. I mean, you can't go to somebody else's country and just be disrespectful. Wasn't there that one story that I talked about where some lady just got naked at like some sort of like ancient religious grounds or something like that, and she got kicked out, and then she comes back here and she goes like, "What did I do wrong?" Well, obviously you tarnished some sort of ancient ground that was, I don't know, whatever. But anyway, going back to this whole thing, the Cherry Blossom Festival, that would have been really cool to see, but again, every single time I think about doing something like this, I just think about the terrible, extremely long the flight to one of these places, being crammed into an airplane for like 15 hours. Just sucks. A quick trip through a car wash turned into a nightmare for this one woman in Pennsylvania, Felicia Sullivan. She chronicled her entire ordeal on TikTok. She was driving through this car wash when the system just suddenly shut down. The doors closed. Her car was still covered in soap. She couldn't get out. She tried the emergency button. Nothing happened. She tried knocking, calling for help. Nothing. After nearly an hour trapped inside, she finally then decided, you know what? I need to call the police now. After an hour, officers and the business owner showed up, got her out safely. She says neither she nor her car were harmed, and the owner apologized with a stack of gift cards. Despite the ordeal, she says she's not holding any grudges. That's your perfect opportunity to sue. I mean, come on. Make that money, you know? That's such a perfect situation. Also, I think chronicling it on TikTok instead of just calling the cops right away may seem like a dumb move at first, but you will get a lot of views out of it. POV, you're trapped in the car wash. I can see that TikTok getting millions of views, tons of likes, plenty of comments. If your TikTok's monetized, well, I mean, it's about to be. Go viral on TikTok. That's a great thing. That's today's What the Headline right here on K-Bear 101. If you missed out on your opportunity to catch Primus live when they were at the Mountain America Center with Coheed and Cambria, I look at that poster every single day. I got there way early just so I could go to the merch table and grab a poster because they're making this big whole thing about how it's an exclusive limited print. And I'm like, I got to get there. I got to get at least one cool collective poster in my life. I love these things. I love having them on the wall. It's awesome. And sure enough, they still had tons by the time I got to the merch booth. So, yeah, I got that awesome Primus poster. But if you missed Primus at that show, you can still go see them when they come to the Complex on May 26th. Not only will you be able to see Primus, you'll see Les Claypool's Frog Brigade. You also see the Claypool Lennon Delirium in the lot at the Complex. It's an outside show. You'll basically get to see Les Claypool flex his bass skills on you. It's called Claypool Gold 26. That show and many other shows are on that concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. There's even a shortcut to it on the K-Bear app, so that way you don't have to memorize that link. You know, we still have an app. I did see someone ask that question in the K-Bear group, which I was quite shocked. Not only do we have tons of app sweepers, I talk about it 7 days a week, all the time, that yes, we still have an app. You can download it, listen to us that way. You can also listen to us at kbear.fm. One of the many things that makes us better than other rock stations out there is that we go beyond the quote-unquote limits. You know, rock stations should play the screamy stuff. You know, they should be playing what's big in the genre, not what record labels tell them to play, not anything of that sort where somebody decides what music they play and they cut out the screams because, quote, it scares the audience. One of the many cool things that we have here on K-Bear is Jenk Show, where we get 4 hours. We just have 4 hours of crushing, brutal metal. Jenk Show, Saturday nights, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. I'm about to upload the entire list of all the songs we have added to that playlist, and they're all going to play this Saturday night. Stay up late, listen to it. There's new metal on there. There's the Ton of the Cow, the longest song of the night. There's the Jank Noodle, where it's the proggiest song of the night, and that song is going to be from Unprocessed Saturday night, so it's going to be a good show. It's always fun. Jenk Show, Saturday nights, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., only right here on the best rock station on the planet, K-Bear 101. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brenden Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.